I'm back on the vlogs and we need to talk today about finger injuries, or my finger injury. But first of all, I want you to check out something that I've been learning to do this summer. I absolutely love it. I'm psyched by it, and it's been something to do whilst I've been injured. Check out this North Face paragliding midi mission. This morning I'm going to try to fly off the north face of the midi with Gus, who taught me to fly, and his link is down below. Obviously I've been up here a ton of times in various different sports, but I've never been up here with a wing, never flown off here. I have no idea what I'm doing, but it'll be fine. So yeah, take you guys along with me.
Good morning. So yeah, we just arrived at the midi. The plan was that there was going to be a gentle northerly breeze. We were expecting about 13 kilometres. There's about 5 k's, just enough to help pull up the gliders. And we're going to launch just over here, make ourselves a little bit of a runway. It's the first time for these guys, so a bit of a committed launch. Yes! Long way to Chamonix.
It's a very committed launch.
Almost ready.
Hey Gus!
Nice, man.
First flight off the midi!
Thank you so much to Gus Hurst at Fly Chamonix for teaching me how to fly. It's been an amazing experience, and there's a link down below if you want to check him out, and I do recommend you learning from him if you're in Chamonix, because he is awesome. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to paraglide was just to do more things in the mountains. It opens up options in terms of mountaineering, climbing, skiing, so hopefully there's a few more adventures planned with that. I'm still learning, I still am at a very basic level of it, so I'm just trying to learn from people around me and get better without hurting myself. Okay, so let's chat about the finger. So I was in Magic Wood. I was attempting or starting that journey to try to climb an 8A boulder this summer. Sort of the third boulder of the trip. I pull on and hopefully you've seen that video. It's on Intermizio, a 7C in Magic Wood. Second my finger popped, I knew I had done something to it, and I was frustrated. I tried to climb, I tried to ignore it, but the reality is that I had hurt myself.
Nice. Come on.
Okay, so what to do next? Well, I'm the kind of person that if I have an injury, I need to find out what it is. It's no good for me just having a nagging thing that I somehow have to deal with. I need to know the answer to the question of how badly am I injured? Okay, first appointment at the physio to find out what is going on with this little swollen finger of mine. So straight away, I saw a physio. They directed me towards a doctor who did a ultrasound thing on my finger. And it turns out that I tore the little ligament down the bottom of the finger. Now, this wasn't the end of the world, but it would be a long way back. So I did that finger injury on the 11th of July, so right at the beginning of what would have been my Magic Wood summer season. It's now in October and I'm pretty much about-ish 85% there, maybe 80 if I'm being honest. Now that tear in my tendon meant that I had to take things slowly. Crimping was out for at least 6 weeks when I first did the injury, and I'd have to build up the resistance back again. Now my physio gave me a bunch of exercises and a time frame. I slightly ignored the time frame. I just sped up his time frame. I'm not saying that's a sensible thing to do. Always listen to the advice of your doctor or physio, but sometimes I feel like you need to push it a little bit more, and I know my own body. So I didn't climb for a while. I kept my fitness up, I was still running, I was doing a lot of mountaineering, climbed the Walker's Spur, the Inominata, a bunch of cool alpine missions that I've always wanted to do that didn't require a lot of crimping strength. Gradually, I went back to the gym. I started doing some weighted exercises, shock loading that finger, using weights on it, and I was amazed by how hard it was. So I built it up slowly, I didn't crimp, a lot of open hand stuff, and it's amazing how much you can do without actually crimping, even though crimping is kind of my default. Now, one thing the physio told me that I found very useful is he said, don't worry if it feels stiff. Now, he is saying that when tendons and ligaments strengthen, they get stiffer because they tension up, and that's what gives you more strength. And he said as the finger injury developed, it would get a bit stiff, and it certainly did. It was very sore in the mornings, it would take a while to warm up, and it would take a while during climbing sessions themselves. Gradually, it started coming back to life. I started climbing harder, but I kept my 2 fingers strapped together through the whole of that process, a couple of months really strapped together, and I was very, very strict with that. Now I've moved on to more of an H-taping method where I can bend the finger slightly more, and the tape is really there just to give it a bit of support, both to the finger and mentally, I think, as well. I'm now at the point where I'm climbing 7B boulders again. I'd like to try a 7C at some point, and I think that AA is going to have to wait. Now, sport climbing, that has come slower for me, mainly because I don't really like sport climbing that much, and I have to kind of force myself to do that. However, I'm back to pretty much where I was before. So I reckon it's about a 3-month process to get to where I am now, which feels like a long time, but honestly the time kind of flew. Once I'd done it, initially had that rest period, then slowly started building it back in, it went quickly. The one thing I would like to know more about is why it did it in the first place. I'd warmed up, the boulder was in my level. Is it just a totally lucky thing that happens to every climber, or can we do something to prevent it? And we'll be doing a little more finding out over the next couple of months about that, and do comment down below if you want to hear more information about why we blow up fingers in the first place. Last year about this time I was starting to think about lattice training plans. This year, I don't really know. I might do another lattice plan, I might do another training plan altogether. I will definitely be training hard because that AA boulder will be mine. I think I have the ability to do it. I hope I've got the strength to do it, and I've learned a lot about training. So if you stick with me for the next couple of vlogs, I'll be climbing inside a bit, training again, hopefully some paragliding, and then perhaps a few ski vlogs.